This is the best gluten-free flour mix to make any type of quick bread or cake. It works perfect with those sweet recipes. I'm going to be working with rice flour. Rice flour is just a great base for any gluten-free flours. I'm also going to be using sweet rice flour. This is also called glutinous rice flour. It doesn't have gluten, but it does kind of get more sticky together. This is what is used to make mochi. The next flour I'm going to be using is oat flour. Now, if you have oat flour, you can use oat flour, or if you don't, you can just take your instant oats or any kind of oats and blend them up. It is important to note that if you want this recipe to be gluten-free, you have to make sure to use specifically gluten-free oats or gluten-free oat flour. Those are the flours that we're going to be using. For the starches, I chose to use tapioca starch and cornstarch. And the reason that I chose these two instead of just choosing one or a different mix is I started with what three starches do I have in my house? And I had potato starch, cornstarch, and tapioca starch. So then I went to think, what will taste best in banana bread? And potatoes in banana bread just didn't do it for me. So I decided to go with these two. Now, of course, we don't have the gluten in gluten-free flour, so we do need to use a binder, and that binder is going to be xanthan gum. And I'm going to use 1 teaspoon for every 2 cups of mix. I'm going to be making 2 cups of mix because that's how much I need for my banana bread. To get a sifter and I put it on my bowl, you do want to make sure to sift every single part of this flour mixture because some of it can be clumpy and you don't want to bite into a clump of tapioca starch. I'm going to add 2/3 cup of rice flour, and then I'm also going to add a tablespoon of rice flour and a teaspoon of rice flour just to get me to the right amount that I want of sweet rice flour. I'm only going to use a 1/4 cup. 1/3 cup of oat flour. And my oat flour didn't get blended super well. It's a little bit clumpy, which is totally fine. That'll turn out just fine in the recipe. I'm going to sift some of this before I add in the starches just to make sure I don't get the sifter too full. 1/2 cup of tapioca starch, add an additional tablespoon of it, and then I want to add 1 3/4 tablespoon of cornstarch because I don't want too much of the cornstarch flavor and texture, but I do want a little bit. And so to get that 3/4 of a tablespoon, I'm just going to eyeball it and throw that in. And there's our teaspoon of xanthan gum. I'm just going to sift the rest of this through, then give this a good mix as well. There we go.